Today we have part 3 of the top 10 strongest explaining videos, this time with Reid, the first swordsman. Just who is Reid and what makes him such a deadly swordsman? Well, first of all, Reid is not only the first swordsman, but he's also the first pervert, the first ramen eater, and the first a lot of things. But yeah. Basically, he's most notorious for being the first swordsman. He mastered the blade to such a level where he no longer even needs to hold it to be able to cut things. He can use pure chopsticks. And he also doesn't even need the chopsticks. The chopsticks are just to give him the little sense that he's still using a sword. He could cut things with his bare hands. He can cut anything. Concepts. Abstract concepts. Basically anything. If it's something he can create, he can cut it. He can even cut nothingness. All of infinite nothingness. And he can cut it all into nothing. He can cut nothingness even into further nothingness, because it's just gonna be gone. And he can cut everything into nothingness. Yup, Reid's that broken. There is nothing that he cannot cut in this world. Well, maybe except maybe except ramen, because he loves ramen too much to actually want to cut it. Now back to Reid's strength. Not only can Reid cut concepts and abstract concepts, which already is an universal feat, well, the abstract concept part. But when Reid cuts something, like a concept, into nothingness, it affects everywhere that Reid is stronger than. It affected all those conceptual dimensions that were destroyed by the Cloud Dragon, which were all infinite versal dimensions. As if you want to know why, go watch the Bill video. And also all extra versal dimensions like nether space that exist in the Nick cosmology, which automatically makes Reid conceptual layers in the infinite versal. Reid is already up there. Reid's next feat would possibly be that he was capable of tanking a punch from the Dragon King, who I already power scaled to have 99 layers into infinite versal plus 4 pluses, and Reid took a punch from that thing and got up and called it the weakest punch he's ever got touched by. Then Reid used his chopsticks and immediately cut the concept of the dragon in half, ending its life from all conceivable existence and even beyond by swinging a chopstick. The thing is, Reid can't use a sword. Reid can use a sword, it's just that he won't. He only uses a sword against opponents that he believes actually deserve it. So everything's just gonna be chopsticks. Yep. A fragment of Reid's soul, which is supposed to be which is stated to be thousands upon, way lower than Reid's actual power level, is capable of going up against DP in a fight, and I've already given DP's scaling. DP was in his Source Dragon, was in his Demon V4 form, by the way, and this fragment was absolutely destroying him, which puts the fragment at least in those extra versal ranges. Reid should be far stronger than this fragment. I guess that's already obvious because he's infinite versal. Now Reid's final feat, because right now we have Reid at 99 layers in the infinite versal plus 4 pluses. But Reid can get even higher than that, because Reid fought against the true embodiment of evil, Rewrite, which I already explained how strong Rewrite in his absolute King of Reality form is. He's infinite versal plus plus plus. And approximately this form, which is embodiment of evil Rewrite, is above Rewrite's absolute King of Reality, but also above Rewrite's absolute Saiyan form, which is a form that allows Rewrite to combine Saiyan biology with himself, which transcends his absolute King of Reality, which puts him in 4 pluses in infinite versal. But this form is the true embodiment of evil, which puts Rewrite at 5 pluses into infinite versal. And Reid destroyed him with 2 cuts of his chopstick, which puts Reid at least into 5 pluses into infinite versal at his absolute strongest. But the fact is, Reid can get even higher than this. As Reid himself stated, if he still had percentages, this would have been barely 100% of his power. Which pissed off Rewrite a lot, as you can sustain. But now for Reid's abilities. Reid has a bunch of abilities. Superhuman strength, speed, those types of stuff. But Reid also has the ability to feel any and all swordsmen, because he is the originator of the sword style and swordsmanship as a whole. So he can feel all swordsmen, and he also has a sacred connection to the blade that basically makes him and the blade one and the same. These aren't really just hacks. These are just fundamental things about himself. Reid can also cut hacks in half so that he doesn't have to deal with them. And Reid has 2 students, well, 1 student and another one who's going to become a student. His first student is the Sword God, who's participating in the Dr. Evil War, and his second student that will become a student after the war is Dark. So yeah, that's Reid.